Hi everyone, this video we're going to talk about improvising over the 12-bar blues progression. There's many different ways that we can do this. I'm going to kind of set it out in a step-by-step method, increasing in difficulty, I suppose, with each way. So let's start nice and simply with the 12-bar blues progression in the key of concert F. I'll talk concert pitch for this video, but I'll put up the different keys for alto and tenor as well, so you can see what's going on. So first of all, we'll use the 12-bar rock and roll blues, which is the most simple. It only uses 3 chords, as we've gone through. 4 bars of 1, 2 bars of 4, 2 bars of 1, 5, 4, 1. Okay? Now, as I may have explained, the blues scale kind of works over the whole progression. So that's a good place to start, using blues scale, solely blues scale over the progression. Now, if we're doing a solo that's maybe 4 or 5 choruses long, only using the blues scale is going to sound a bit monotonous. So we want to mix it up a bit. So if we call just using blues scale over that step 1, I want you to get used to that. It sounds great, it's a really good scale, it sounds really cool, but as I said, it can get a bit monotonous if we just overuse it for a long time. So how can we mix it up? Well, the second way we can do it is to use just the chord tones of the chords, which is the 1, 3, 5, 7 of each chord. So if I put up the notes that we use, the 4 notes per chord we can use that. So let me just demonstrate. I'll go through one chorus of just using blues scale. This would be step 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that was once through just using blues scale. Sounded cool. It's a cool scale. Makes the stuff you play sound really bluesy, really cool. But as I said, it can get a bit monotonous, and it doesn't really describe the chords that when they change. So step 2 would be using the 1, 3, 5, 7 of each chord. Let me show you what that sounds like. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So you would have heard where the chords change there. So it kind of describes the chords a bit better, but it hasn't got that cool bluesy sound. So step 3 would be mixing those two together. Now what I tend to do with a lot of my pupils is say that on the 1 chord, so on the concert F7 chord, use the blues, and on all the other chords use the chord tones, the 1, 3, 5, 7. Okay, so on the F7 we're using the blues scale, and on the concert B flat 7 we're going to use the chord tones. Then we'll go back to F7, blues scale, then we go to the C7, use the chord tones, down to the B flat 7 again, use the chord tones, and then back to F7, use the blues scale, right? That sounds like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're introducing some chord tones. We're using the blues scale. It sounds bluesy, sounds cool, and we're describing the changes. So that's a really good sort of method, if you like, to mix it up when playing over a chord progression. Now, a blues chord progression. As we discussed, there are a few different varieties of 12-bar blues in terms of the chords. You could adopt that method with all of these, with all of the different versions. So as I said, when we're playing on the 1 chord, we play just the blues, and any other chord we're going to use the 1, 3, 5, 7. Okay? So that describes a really nice way of doing it. Now I've kind of whizzed through that. You shouldn't do it as quickly as that. You should stick with 1 until you're really comfortable. So with just the blues scale, make sure that you're playing along to a backing track, and you're not getting lost in the progression. Playing just 1 scale over a chord progression can sometimes lead to not knowing where you are. So you've got to be confident that you know where you are when we're just playing the blues scale over the chord progression. Okay, so that's step 1. Do that lots and lots of times. Also get the blues scale under your fingers. That's a given. You've got to know the blues scale in the key that we're in. Now when you're playing the 1, 3, 5, 7, you've got to know the notes of the chords. I'm happy for you to write them out, or you use the PDFs that we've got. And again, go through that lots and lots of times until you're really comfortable with what they are and that you don't have to read the notes. Okay, internalize them, make sure you've got them under your fingers. Then you can mix it up. Okay, now me saying play blues over the 1 chord and the 1, 3, 5, 7 over the other chords is just a kind of an idea. You don't have to do that, but practice it lots until you're comfortable doing it, and then you can go in and out of the different versions. Okay, so this is kind of a short video for a long period of time of you practicing. So have fun with it, use all the backing tracks, do it in lots of different keys. I hugely recommend doing it in lots of different keys. Not only will it get your fingers used to all the different blues scales, but it will also make you have to work out the 1, 3, 5, 7 of the other chords. And use the other progressions, not just the rock and roll blues. Use it over the jazz blues, all the versions of the jazz blues and the minor blues as well. Most importantly, have fun.